What's good, YouTube? It's Mino. I'm coming at y'all with another reaction video, bro. This is revisiting all 9 losses from the Warriors 2015-2016 year. 10 years later, bro. Now, some say this is the best team ever. Some say the Jordan 1997 was the best team ever. And some say OKC the best team ever. This new OKC team that's out right now, they say that's the best team ever. Now, I don't think it's the best team ever, though. Because they lost. You feel me? They lost, bro, so it don't count. But we better get into this video, though, gang.
The Oklahoma City Thunder are off to a historic start to this NBA season, and with the way they're playing, it felt like the perfect time to look back at the last team that opened the season in a similar fashion, the 2015-16 Golden State Warriors. That year, Golden State was so dominant that every time they lost, it felt like breaking news, simply because it happened so rarely. So today, we're revisiting all 9 of their losses from that season, and while the Warriors didn't end up winning at all, in the moment, beating them felt like a badge of honor for the teams that pulled it off, and maybe it still is to this day. There are 9 fan bases that are probably going to enjoy this video, and Warriors fans definitely aren't one of them. Heading into the 2016 season, it was clear that the Warriors were motivated to prove the doubters wrong. People questioned the legitimacy of their 2015 championship, saying that they had an easy path to the finals.
They did.
Steph Curry and the Golden State Warriors
they did, bro.
Here today,
it's a fact. I think it's a fact.
Champions, we still said, well, Kevin Love was hurt. Fact.
We would have won the championship within the 6 games, bro. I remember this shit.
Winning their first 24 games of the season.
We would have won that shit easily. They weren't ready yet. They weren't ready.
They're playing so good. They're so far ahead of everybody now. If they lose, it'll be because they just had a bad night.
Their last regular season loss, April the 7th.
The defending champion Golden State Warriors set the record for best start in NBA history at 16-0.
The defending champions are 22-0.
But that 24th consecutive win didn't come easy, as it took double overtime to get the job done, barely surviving. It was somewhat of a moral victory for Boston for being able to hold their own.
They was just tired, though. Every time they lost that year, they was tired, bro.
But the Milwaukee Bucks didn't want to settle for just a moral victory. They wanted the real thing, and made sure to speak it into existence by having these t-shirts made. This was the very next night for the Warriors, and was the last stop of a 7-game road trip, so they were exhausted. They couldn't really get anything to go down in the first quarter.
Was tired,
the Bucks
bro.
led by double digits for most of the night. Everyone was waiting for the Warriors to go on a huge run, but Milwaukee kept answering. Had the Warriors won this game, they would have became the first team in NBA history to go 7-0 on a road trip. But the Bucks, led by Greg Monroe's 28 points, were just too much.
Champions, but it has happened.
Vance picks it and hammers it down.
That's it. 108-93. The Bucks on the verge of stopping the 2 longest streaks in NBA history. January 9th, 1972, they stopped the Lakers' 33-game streak, and they are going to stop a 28-game streak dating back to last season. Unbelievable.
Curry was tired of shit.
Appreciate what we were able to accomplish. I think we can refocus.
You know, the losses are gonna come. You know, we didn't have it tonight.
The Warriors would get their revenge about a week later, defeating Milwaukee at Oracle, with a handful of Warriors fans responding with a t-shirt of their own, mocking the Bucks record. On December 30th, the Warriors had to play without Steph Curry because of a leg bruise. They knew coming in that they would have to fill that 30-point void that Curry provided for that team. But despite having 5 players score in double figures, it wasn't enough to outlast the Mavericks. The Mavericks led by 18 at the half, and at one point were up by as many as 30, as the Warriors dropped to 29-2 overall.
2
weeks later, the Warriors were in Denver to face the Nuggets, this time without Draymond Green. Steph Curry didn't play particularly well,
baby Jokic right here?
but started to cook in the 4th, keeping the Warriors within striking
Nuggets was good. They was with the weak teams, though. Only thing they had Jokic.
Golden State had a chance to either tie or take the lead with just over 10 seconds remaining, but Curry would commit a costly turnover. After a couple Denver free throws, Klay Thompson would hit a quick triple to cut the deficit down to 1, and would also get a chance to win the game, but it was no good.
The Denver Nuggets have shocked the Golden State.
Denver was garbage too. They lost to weak teams, bro.
Their third loss of the season.
During the post-game interview, people accused Curry of crying. I personally think he was just tired, but if he was in fact crying, let's hope he still had some tissues left for the game that took place just 3 days later, because nothing seemed to go their way. Michigan native Draymond Green and the Golden State Warriors were visiting the Pistons on the same night they retired Ben Wallace's number 3 jersey. In the first quarter, Steph hit a pretty impressive logo 3, but other than that, the Warriors got off to a slow start. Just before the half, Curry and Draymond both got a technical foul literally within 30 seconds of each other. Detroit dominated for most of the night, holding Golden State to their worst field goal percentage of the season up until that point. The Warriors just weren't themselves, and with them now losing 2 of their last 3 games, perhaps the air of invincibility that had surrounded them was beginning to fade.
As good as we are, you can lose to anybody on any given night in this league.
Yeah, bro.
Hopefully that's
a fact.
A
You
lesson
can say anybody.
that sticks with us.
And it was tired as shit,
now,
bro.
they did go on to win 11 in a row after that game, and by the time the All-Star break came along, the Warriors were 48-4, the best record ever through 52 games. If anybody needed the All-Star break, it was them. But while they were relaxing and having fun, Damian Lillard was still fuming over the fact that he was snubbed, and knew that when the season resumed, the Warriors were his next opponent, and took it out on them. Lillard just couldn't miss, draining 9 threes for a then career-high 51
I miss
points.
Dame, bro.
Warriors
I swear,
fans
bro.
tried to chalk
I
it up
miss
to an
Dame
All-Star
game.
game hangover. Even
You
if there
gotta
was
come
some
back,
truth
bro.
to that, the final score was still shocking.
Damian Lillard, a new career high 51. State.
I miss Dame, bro. One of my favorite point guards, game. He don't get enough love, bro, and recognition.
That couldn't see the light at
If you had a team like Curry his whole life, his whole career, he would have
for a team like
a ring or
that.
2.
It's their biggest game of the year, so we gotta understand that, and we didn't. They just caught us
Dame, bro.
This is a good wake-up call for us.
And a wake-up call it was, especially for Steph Curry.
I feel
as
like
he
Dame
would
a
go
better
on
point
tear
guard than
for the
Curry.
next
I mean,
few
Kyrie.
games, scoring 51 of his own
Not more
not even a week
talented,
later, and
but
capping
better.
off the road trip with a nationally televised game versus the Oklahoma City Thunder. The game where, if you recall, Curry did this.
They do have a timeout.
Boy, I remember this game. I remember this game, boy. Curry was on one this night.
Curry
They only
ended the
only
night
lost
with
'cause KD
46
got-
points and
KD
made
got-
12
he
three-pointers,
got
becoming
fouled
the first
out.
player in
That's the only
NBA
one-
history
only
to
reason
have
he won.
back-to-back games with 10 or more threes. But just a little over a week later versus the
I think
Lakers,
KD got-
he
yeah,
wouldn't
KD
really be
got
able
fouled
to
out, I
get
think.
anything to go down, going 6 for 20 from the field and 1 of 10 from three-point range. He just wasn't feeling it.
But a very poor three-point shooting game. They came to see the Warriors march to history.
They lost to the Lakers, bro.
One last time play against
Yeah,
the Warriors.
it was
And
tired,
instead they
game.
see one of the biggest regular season upsets
Look
in
at
the
Kobe,
history of the
RP Kobe,
NBA.
game.
The 12-51 Lakers and Golden State, their 6th loss of the season.
No, the Lakers.
Like
I
usual,
mean, yeah,
the
Lakers was
Warriors
garbage,
followed
man.
up that loss by winning several in a row, just in time to build up anticipation for this game.
People gonna be watching this game tomorrow night. I promise you that. I don't believe that anybody who loves basketball is going to miss this game on ABC tomorrow night. If you do, you're a damn fool. And I promise you, any basketball fan out there will have their eyes glued to ABC. This is what it's all about right here.
But unfortunately, the Warriors would be without 3 key players. By the time it was over, Curry had missed 14 of 18 shots, while just barely extending his record streak of regular season games in which he hit at least 1 three-pointer. He was 1 of 12 from distance, with 0 points in the fourth quarter. Meanwhile, LaMarcus Aldridge had 26 points and 13 rebounds, beating the Warriors to remain perfect
LA.
at home. Now the Warriors
you a
were
real
trying to
nigga,
keep
bro,
a home winning streak
you know
alive
LA
themselves.
jumps out on
You
2K
see,
was
going into
money.
This April 1st matchup against the Boston Celtics,
Telling
the
you.
Warriors hadn't lost at home in the regular season in over 14 months,
Real
dating
nigga.
all the way back to
You know that.
January of 2015. They were riding a 54-game regular season home win streak, but the Celtics were seeking revenge for what happened earlier in the season. The Warriors came out flat, and by the end of the first half, they had 13 turnovers, with Steph Curry being
baby,
responsible
Isaiah
for
Thomas.
7 of them. But he came out hungry in the second half. Curry would score 21 points in the third quarter alone, and it was needed. Late in the
Fourth quarter
fourth,
king.
there was so many huge plays, so many clutch moments, but it was the Celtics who walked away with the win.
54-game win streak in the regular season at Oracle comes to an end.
Warriors fans were visibly stunned as they had gotten so accustomed to winning at home. Just 2 games later, they would suffer another loss at home, this time to the Minnesota Timberwolves. Curry simply could not get a shot to fall in the first half. He was
Andrew Wiggins used to be hype, bro. What happened to Andrew Wiggins, man?
You concerned at all about the shot not being there early? Any concerns? The face says no.
Am I concerned about Steph Curry making a shot? No, not at all.
He did come out in the third quarter and hit 4 threes. It looked like they were going to be alright after all, as they led by as many as 17 at one point. But the Timberwolves would slowly inch their way back into the game. The Warriors would have a
Steve
chance
Kerr
to
really
win,
can't
but
tell
failed
Curry
to get
nothing.
shut
Like,
off at the end of
there's
regulation.
nothing he
And
can
in
tell
overtime,
Curry, bro.
they had plenty of
He got the green light,
but just
gang.
couldn't capitalize
Best
on
shooter
them.
ever.
And suddenly, the Warriors' chase for an NBA record 73 wins just got a lot more difficult. They had to sweep their final 4 regular season games to pull it off, and they did.
Yeah, that's impressive right there. I ain't gonna lie, 'cause the Spurs was nice back then. And they nice now, but it was real nice back then. We had LA, Kawhi. Was Kawhi playing? I don't remember.
They became the first team in NBA history to go the entire regular season without back-to-back losses and without losing to the same team twice. But what's interesting about those 9 losses they suffered is that they came against some of the worst to average teams in the league.
Yeah,
sure,
crazy.
even the greatest teams have off nights, but it was still surprising to see the Warriors play down to
Yeah,
the
Spurs
level
was
of their
nice as hell that
competition.
year.
Again, even though they failed to win the championship, I still take pride in being able to say that my Blazers were one of those 9 teams, and the fact that they were the first team to beat the Thunder this year. I guess we'll just have to wait and see what their record looks like by the end of the season.
I'm in this video right here, bro. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, bro. The Warriors was crazy, but they lost, bro. To King fucking James, nigga. King Bron. And I don't want to hear no excuses that Draymond got hurt. Well, he got whatever. He got all them technical fouls. That's his fault, bro. They only reason we lost the first championship to the Warriors, bro, 2015, is because Kyrie and Kevin Love got hurt. Everybody knows that, gang. Everybody. It's a fact, my nigga. It's a fact, bro. But anyway, I got another reaction video. Damn, bro. But I got another reaction videos coming soon, bro. Well, after this, I'm out of this bitch, gang. I hope y'all like this bitch. Comment, subscribe, and I'm out.